Migas.
Hey guys, I am Candy Dulxenia. I am the owner of Stickers and Stars Halloween Horror Shop. We are open year round, located in San Antonio, Texas. The address is 2814 Thousand Oaks, 78232. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. You can also find us on Google and Google Maps. We do have a website, but everything is Stickers and Stars. That's the letter N, not the word and.
And there you go. And you know the most amazing part? She's my cousin. So that is that's the cool thing there. You have an amazing shop. When did the shop get established? And I know that you have a passion for horror and the genre itself. But I mean, it was this like a baby that you've always kind of wanted to do?
Well, I mean, I'm a horror collector, and pretty sure, like some of you guys, you have your house and then you have like an extra bedroom that you're allowed to put all of your collectibles in. So that's kind of like what I've had. I mean, I've grown up and just lived the lifestyle of Halloween horror all year round as much as I possibly could. So when COVID came around, I did lose my corporate job, and I was kind of like lost on what to do. You know, and you need money, you still have bills to pay. And my wife said, why don't we start our own business? And I'm like, no, are you crazy? I have no money. I have nowhere to go. She's like, what do you love more than anything else? Makeup.
Hey.
And she's like, and what kind of makeup do you do all the time? And I was like, I don't know. I just do like wow makeup, and I do like face painting and stuff. She's like, you love monsters and horror and scary movies. She's like, that's what we're going to do. We're going to open up a business, and we'll start off selling stickers, and we're just going to be selling autographs and some horror collectibles. And I said, okay. So my wife's family business is based in Houston, Texas, and they have one of the largest autograph companies in the world. So we definitely had a huge support coming from them with the autographs. And my wife is a sticker lover, and that's why we carry stickers. But that's where we came with the name Stickers and Stars. It's how we started. And now we have an enormous amount of clothes, jewelry, makeup, wigs, collectibles, toys, masks. I try to bring in items that are a little bit harder to get, as far as like going into, you know, a regular Halloween shop has a little bit more costumes. So we have props and I mean, we carry a lot of well-known brands, and I do have wholesale. So a lot of people ask, you know, how is your prices so low? I do have an account. I'm retail. I don't do buy, sell, trade. Everything is wholesale, and I worked really hard to get approved on some of these accounts for you guys. But here we are, 2023, 3 years later, and I'm still going strong. And I hope you guys are able to come see the shop someday because it's decorated very cool.
It's an amazing thing because from when it started, you like you said, you started with stickers and then you start with the collectible signatures and stuff like that. Do you try to, when it comes to the signatures, do you try to stick with like movie actors that are to the genre, or do you just open it up, sports stars, whatever people come asking for? Is that what you end up doing?
Well, we try to stay towards like the horror end. We do have like a teeny bit of anime right now. This is very popular, but anything is available. My family has huge warehouses full of thousands of autographs, and you know, going straight to the source, going to us, you know, you will get a really good pricing on your autographs. But I tell anybody, it's like, who do you want? Who do you want? What do you want? Like a picture, a pop, you want a jersey? Like, I mean, literally, we just had a ghost face jersey that was autographed. So you never know what's out there, and just ask, and we bring it in, and there you go. It's all yours.
What has been the coolest? Well, let's go ahead and start with the signature. What is the signature that you were like, oh my goodness, this is an amazing. We got this autograph. What has been the one that's kind of had you in awe?
Well, probably right this second, here in the store, we have a Conjuring autograph photo, and it has 8 autographs. So it's literally the cast signed
Wow.
Conjuring, and our price is probably ridiculously low versus like what it is. And the cool thing is that everything we have is already authenticated. So that means it has the value, it has its seal on it, it's tamper-proof seal, so that way you know it's real and legit, and it has enormous amount of value. But I will tell you guys, some of you that go to the cons and get autographs and it says like to David or whatnot, don't ever think that that's not worth any value, because it's worth value to you. And that's what you love, that's what you went to go stand 6 hours in line just for this one autograph. So yeah, it still has value to you personally, so don't ever feel that just because it doesn't have a COA it's worth nothing.
All right. Is it hard, because I know that you're passionate about it, and my wife has a big passion for Halloween as well. But when you're getting all these toys and all that kind of stuff, and I'm pretty sure it's exciting to share all these kind of things, but I mean, there has to be things that come in that you're like, oh man, I would love to just keep that for myself. I mean, you obviously have a very, very cool doll back there that we'll talk about a little bit later, but has there been something that you just did not want to let go?
A lot of times, but to be honest with you, this definitely helped my shopping addiction. Because now, I was like, I just want to like pick a bunch of stuff that I like, and hopefully other people like it too. And
Right.
it's been working out great. But yeah, definitely in my pocketbook, or when somebody buys that one figurine or a statue, and I'm like, oh, I want that so bad. I want it so bad. And I only brought in like one for right now just to test it
Yeah.
out. But I know that they all are going to really good homes of people who will genuinely like treasure this item, this sometimes very expensive item that they got from me. And that makes me feel good because it's going to good homes.
Yeah. Now we're going to talk about items, because what has been the okay, well, I can go a lot of different ways. I can get into creepy, or I can get into like most expensive, or whatever the case may be. But deep down, what has been the item that you're like, oh my gosh, we've had this, if it's been sold or whatever, or if it's still in the shop, that, you know what I mean? That marquee item that you've run across that is available. What has that been?
Okay, this is such an easy one. I'm so glad you're asking this question, because this is exclusive to stickers and stars only. You cannot get this item just out there anywhere. So we will bring in one doll at a time, but an artist named Twisted Tugs. And what he does is he has 50-year-old ventriloquist puppets, and he recreates and makes art out of them.
Oh, wow.
Some of them may have history, some of them maybe not, but literally I don't even know another store that he is allowing to sell his dolls for retail here in the shop. They do come with a COA. They're freaking badass. I'm gonna show you one here in just a second. But the cool thing about it is that you can see them in celebrity homes, art galleries, and Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum in Las Vegas. So, for example, at the end of the tour in Zach Bacon's, if you've ever been there, there is a doll in a glass case sitting in a chair, and it's a replica doll of Robert the doll,
Oh, wow.
one of the most extreme haunted dolls. I think he's like the real ones in Florida, but he has a replica doll of that in the museum at the end. So it's completely awesome. But we randomly get one here or there, and that's probably the most treasured item that we have in the entire store.
Wow, that is awesome. To have some kind of exclusive, or somewhat limited type of
Rare.
creation. Yeah, rare creations and stuff like that. Are there other things that are hard to find, but that you have available? Because I know that if you're wanting something, and I mean, obviously your store is very unique, and you want it to be something different and stuff like that. Are there certain things that, I mean, you go out of your way to make sure that you have that moniker of, we're going to see some of the coolest, rarest, and stuff like that? Is there other things that you have in the shop that, yeah, that people are going to, I mean, it's almost like a museum. You could just go in there if you're not necessarily buying it that day, but you can come in another day and you're bringing people in. That's what I think of. People just dragging their friends in. They got
Yeah.
to check these things out.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Sarah the Haunted Doll, she's not necessarily for sale, but she's an oddity item that we have here. So, the oddity dealer that we've got her from, sometimes we'll bring in items from them. So, right now we have two, I would say, like throne chairs, like a king and a queen throne chairs from it looks like they're from literally a castle that's been on top of like the ocean wall. So we have
Wow.
that in front of the store right now. So that's pretty unique. But also, for example, like I'll seek out brands that are maybe something you've never seen like in person to shop and you can only shop online. So it was really difficult to get approved for the Blackcraft brand. So we do carry that, and a lot of people love it because now they can try the shirts on, they can see the shoes in person, the jackets, like anything that they carry. So we try to have that, and also Creepsville 666. That's a brand that's mostly like online. So we do carry it. And I love Creepsville because they have the licensing for Elvira.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's so cool. Their store in California, Elvira literally has an office in the back of their store. So it's just about being that close to Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. So I try to have all her collectible items, salt and pepper shakers, t-shirts, whatever, like here in the shop. So I think the Blackcraft and Creepsville is pretty cool brands that I carry.
No, I think that, see, that is always cool because, sometimes you see these things online or you see them on a website and you're like, I don't know, I don't know what they look like. I don't know how they fit right or whatever the case may be. But the fact that you're able to go in the shop, try, look at these in person, feel what they are, because I mean, you never know. Sometimes you go on the internet, you start hunting around, you want to find something, then you're kind of disappointed when it arrives. But guess what? You can actually go into this shop and see it firsthand and get exactly what you've been looking for. I mean, obviously, I mean, this is, it's Halloween year round, folks. I mean, this is the place to go. I mean, Ministry had a song that every day is Halloween, and
Yeah.
and here we go. I mean, this is a must. But now, this has to start somewhere. There has to be an incident. There has to be a movie. There has to be a book. There has to be a painting. Whatever the case may be. What was that thing? Was it a movie? What was it when you were little? I mean, we were obviously surrounded by all kinds of crazy shit when we were growing up. But what was it? I mean, was it a movie or what was it that got you into the macabre and Halloween type of genre?
Oh yeah, definitely The Exorcist. I mean, that
Oh,
came out in the
jeez.
70s. I was born in the 70s. I grew up with it. I grew up with not being allowed to watch it, not being allowed to look at anything that has to do with Reagan, The Exorcist, because, in actuality, that particular genre of horror is real. It is so, so real and sensitive, and it's scary. And for me, like I've always been like such like I'm so scared, like even like today, because anything of paranormal, anything scary like that comes like around me,
Mhm.
that you kind of like realize that's there. I mean, it all stemmed from like The Exorcist and like the unknown of, like, oh my God, this little girl, is that like, is she faking? Is it real? Is she an actor? Like she's literally like possessed by some kind of entity that we don't know. But definitely The Exorcist. Then later it was like Monster High because it was more cute and still like creepy horror. I've never seen
Right.
like a Barbie doll like that. But I don't know what it is, but when I'll tell a little story when I was, I guess, like in my teenager years. And there is literally a ghost in the bedroom that I grew up in as a teenager, and nothing else in the house but the room that I grew up in. And I would hear footsteps walking around my bedroom. I would have like the sheets like this, like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I don't know what it is, but I'm a little bit sensitive, I guess, to the paranormal side because they know I can feel them, but I am the most chicken out of everybody out there. But I like it. Like this little girl was just in the store. She's, I don't know, like 7 years old. And she's like, do you like scary movies? I'm like, yeah. I was like, but I never watch them at night. And she's like, but why? I was like, because it's so scary. I just watch it during the day. At night, I don't know about you guys, but I have to watch Disney movie after I watch a scary movie because then I'll dream about, I don't know. But as much as like the horror and the Halloween stuff scares me, that's why I love it, because that's what gives you that adrenaline. That's what makes your blood start pumping and start sweating and get nervous and scared, and you don't know, but you just like love it. Like customers will try masks on and turn around. I'm like, oh my God, it's like so scary. So I mean, like if you guys have a fun experience, come in here and scare me and I'll like yell and run away.
So it's the thrill. It's that adrenaline, the fear. How old were you when you saw The Exorcist? I mean, I remember accidentally seeing shit like that as a kid, and I mean, how old? I mean, what did you run across? Was it on cable, or did you decided we're gonna watch this, or they just happen to be watching it and then you caught the movie? Or I mean, I couldn't even watch like scenes. I was like freaking out.
Oh yeah. I was probably like 4,
Oh my Lord.
and my parents had it like in the house. They probably like bought it like they weren't supposed to, and it's
Right,
on
right.
VHS or they recorded it off. So I don't know what, but I was like 4, and I'm a little girl. I don't know what it is until like the freaking starts making like evil noises
The
and like the head
sounds.
is spinning and like me and my brother were like, I don't think we're supposed to watch this. He's like, shut up! I'm trying to watch. If you don't like it, go away. And I'm like, I'll
Oh
stay.
wow, wow. And then okay, at 4. So when did you revisit that movie? I mean, obviously you go back. I only was seeing these bits as a kid, and it wasn't until I know exactly when it was. It was high school prom. The afternoon we decided we were going to check out all kinds of movies because we're all going to hang out after the prom. The Exorcist was one, and then we picked out like a comedy, and then
Ooh.
we picked out something else. Me and my ex-girlfriend were the only ones left watching The Exorcist all the way
Oh.
through. And it was nighttime, and obviously proms end late. And here we are watching The Exorcist, and I still was totally freaked out by that movie. That movie still creeps the shit out of me. And there's another version I think that's coming out real soon, the anniversary version,
Yep. Next
and
month.
yeah, and I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there and check it out. But I've never seen it in the movie. Well, you know what? I did see a version in the movie theater. It was the version that had whatever. Remember, it was like had this The Exorcist, the version you had never seen, or
Oh,
you
yeah,
remember it had
yeah.
something crazy title like that. I remember saying because it had that spider walk, that creepy spider walk
Yeah,
when she walks
yeah.
all backwards and stuff like that, and that totally just blew my mind.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I felt, to be honest with you, people identify as this or that nowadays. I honestly identified as a vampire when I knew in middle school. I was a vampire. So when these Monster High dolls came out and then here I am all like glamour and vampire and dressed up all the time, I was like, that's literally me. So little girls look at the Barbie like for
Yeah,
inspiration and like for themselves. That was like I was looking at that. Of course, I was a lot older at the time.
yeah,
I was already like out of high school, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever. But how you said, there's like things that are scary, but like still like glamorized. So, for example, I feel as though what's the hold on, I just went blank on this anime right now. The Demon Slayer.
oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I've never watched it, but a little girl was here the other day. She was probably like 10, and she was going over all the characters because we have the stickers of them
Mm-hmm.
and telling me all about the characters, this and that, and this is what's doing this, and that's what's doing that. She's like, you need to go watch it. It's on Netflix. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went home and I watched like one episode. I'm like, how in the world are little kids watching this thing? Is incredibly like scary. So maybe as me as being 4 years old, I mean, I knew it was supposed to be scary because that's what people said, but I didn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe little kids like are watching this and they know it's supposed to be like a little bit, but
Yeah.
they don't understand what they're looking at. I mean, that's how I see it. Until you get older, then you're like, oh crap, like,
Right.
what the
Yeah, there's this weird desensitized generation because
yeah.
you mentioned The Exorcist to some people and are like, nah, that's lame. I'm like, what do you mean it's
Mm,
lame? I go, this is by far one of the scariest movies that had ever been made, as actual representation of an exorcism. And based on there's some elements that were changed for the movie, but the theme, the music, the way it was shot, the special effects, everything by far, it is one of the craziest, authentic, scary. It's a scary goddamn movie. And you already had mentioned The Conjuring. I was a grown ass adult when I saw that, and
Oh,
I had to sleep with a god dang light for 2 days in a row because of that
I wanted
movie.
to piggyback on that too. Yeah.
That what I had experienced as a kid. There's some paranormal shit that happened to me when I was growing up, and when I saw that, I had always told stories to my wife and stuff. And while that movie was playing, I grabbed her hand. I said, "This is the shit I've been talking about when I was growing up." And I just was totally freaked out. And I was like, I can't believe somebody finally made a movie that showed that. And
Mhm.
and some people are like, oh, The Conjuring was nothing. I'm like, no, that was
Mm-mm.
another actual type of depiction of something that could really happen. And
Oh,
today,
absolutely.
it's a creepy movie. You were going to say something about The Conjuring itself?
Oh, yeah. I was going to bring that up next because The Conjuring, this is a Conjuring 1, okay? Because I know there's like
Yes.
another one. The Conjuring 1 movie for me is scarier than The Exorcist. And when I bought the DVD, I didn't watch it in the movie theater. And when Sam and I watched it, we finished and we were just like speechless. Like, what the heck did we just watch and who made this and where did they come up with all this? But apparently the story's real. So after we had watched it, we were so freaking scared that we took this movie, and this is a true story I'm about to tell you. We took this movie and buried it in our backyard. I had a house, we buried it in the backyard, and that was in Houston. So tell me why. After Houston, I moved to Lubbock. I moved to an apartment in San Antonio, this or that. And then now we live in New Braunfels. Tell me why that movie was in the DVD collection, the one you put like on your bookshelf and all the movies are like in the row. It
Uh-huh.
was there.
Oh
It was
shit.
there. I went live, and this is like on my Instagram with stickers and stars. I went live and like, guys, this movie was buried. It is literally here in my DVDs. And I'm like, Sam, Sam, Sam. She's like, oh, you know what you're talking about. Like, she's very skeptical.
Yeah.
So I go live and I'm taking the phone to the movies and I'm like, watch this, because they're all in alphabetical order. I'm like, A, B, and I'm like, C, this movie
And it's there.
like came out
Oh shit.
like a book. It went like on the camera. It came out like that. I'm like, oh no, oh hell no! I brought that movie to the store, and this movie's haunted, and somebody bought it for $60. So the person who bought it touches base with me all the time. They have a glass case over it. They said that movie has relocated in their house,
It's
and it
moved
is,
around. It's moved
yeah,
around.
it is very active. And I'm like, is a DVD of The Conjuring? Never bring it back.
So I wonder what's going on, because you had actually mentioned something earlier about so how old were you when you had that little experience? Well, first off, where was the city that you were living at the time when that incident happened when you were a kid? The
Like the
scary.
walking in the room and stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, it was here in San Antonio. It was actually like very close to where my shop is right now, like in this neighborhood over
yeah.
here.
Yeah,
And
San Antonio, just for reference, I mean, that is, lots of battles, lots of disturbed stuff has happened, a lot of things have happened,
a
in
lot
the
of
lands
history.
all around there. So there's all kinds of things that could channel and all that. So go ahead. You were how old again? Were you
I was I was in middle school when I
middle
first
school?
started having some experiences. And,
And nothing prior. You had never really noticed anything prior to that
not that
day.
I remember. I was probably like maybe blocked it out of my mind, or maybe it was like natural to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my dog had passed away, and this is like when I was like in the house, like when I started noticing my dog had passed away, and my bed was like really high, and I know my dog was kind of like trying to get my attention or whatnot. Um, but we also had another little dog that lived with us. So the dog came to my bedroom like half asleep, and he's like going up on the bed. I'm like, okay. So I pick him up, and like the way I do it, like he would like crawl on my shoulders, on my back to get on the bed. Well, I wake up and I'm like, puppy, where are you? Puppy. And I didn't see him. And I was like, oh, that's weird. So I go, and I'm the first one awake, and I'm like going all the way to the kitchen. Well, the dog is like locked up, the one that I thought that like came to the bed. And so the only thing I could think of it was the dog that had passed away,
Oh,
and they were
wow.
both white. And I'm like, why is this dog over here like locked up? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So that was one thing. Now I will mention that I did have some friends do a Ouija board, but I would not let them do it in my room. So we did it outside on the sidewalk.
Did you do it
But
or they
oh
did it?
no, 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 no.
You
They were
saw them.
doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so I was like, kind of like, what's it doing, guys? And they're like, you got to come over here. It's so cool. It's literally working. And I'm like, I don't know, dude. And they're like, can you say something to make to make Candy more comfortable? And it's spelled Dog. And I'm like, oh my
Oh,
God.
jeez.
So I was like, hell no. Boop. Closed the front door and went up to my bedroom and like was looking at them. And they're like, we got to go by. But I mean, that's the only piece of equipment well, equipment, I guess you could say, that
Yeah,
I will not let.
it is a tool. It is a
Yeah,
tool. A lot of people don't they think it's a toy or a game or whatever it is. No, it is a tool.
right. No one's allowed to bring the Ouija board to ghost hunt here in the store. So forget it. Whoever wants to do that, you're not allowed to do that.
Spirit boxes, EVP monitors, different technical things that a ghost hunter will use. Those are allowed, but specifically you, because of an experience, that the Ouija board is not welcome into the shop. So you don't sell Ouija boards either.
No, no, I don't sell any Ouija boards. I mean, well, I take that back. Trick or Treat Studios has one, and I'll sell that one. It's more of like a collector piece
Right,
from
a collectible.
Halloween 3. But yeah, any like antique one, I'm like, no. I don't know. I don't know all about a Ouija board, but
Hmm.
from, the research that you do, you Google whatever, that it's some sort of like portal.
Yes.
So I don't want to bring in any entities that by mistake, that you're like, oh hell, because it has been very active here in the store, and we started out with one ghost, and we probably have about six now. And apparently there's a portal in our bathroom that they're coming out of the mirror. So all of
Wow.
that is just like kind of just like, oh my God, my legs are getting really cold right now.
No,
Like I'm
that's
not even lying. Like
you.
I'm in the room with
You want to turn something on just in case?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I'm in the back of the store. Is a private area that people can ghost hunt with the doll, Sarah the haunted doll. So I'll go ahead and turn the REM pod on. It's so weird now, it's like going away. But
Yeah, yeah. She actually has some equipment that ghost hunters would usually use on their investigation, and she said that she had these. So we said that we would probably turn them on, and if we end up hearing stuff in the background or whatever, we're going to go ahead and have it on to see if something happens. We're
there,
not
right
trying to
there.
sit.
So this is
Wow.
this is a REM pod. Hello. So if the spirits come close to this machine, it'll light up and beep. If it does a long beep, that's a temperature change. So I'm going to give you a sample of how close that I'm going to be next to this antenna. So you know that, see right here? Here
Yeah.
I am waving, and then see.
Yeah.
So that's how close I have to be. Is someone here? Can you touch the REM pod? I just heard something in the front of the store.
Jeez.
Hello? Did you get shy? I know you're on TV right now. Hi.
Yeah. Let me try
Hello?
something. Hey, mom, is that you?
Forgot.
Yeah. We've always, just a point of reference. My mom passed a year ago, and it's one of those kind of things. You never know, but we always wondered if somewhere along the way she would reach out to us in some shape or form. My mom always warned us about not using the Ouija board, which I think is very funny that you have a
Oh,
thing.
oh, it's going off.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you don't want us to use a Ouija board, right? Touch the REM pod if that's correct. Don't use a Ouija board. I don't know. You were saying
Wow.
it and turned
Yeah,
on.
and the thing is that when we were messing around with it and stuff like that, it actually predicted who I was going to marry, and I ended up marrying a person named Mari.
What?
Yes. Yeah.
It's
And the funny
so
thing was that we
I
at the
have
time.
another machine. It says inside. So I'm just
Oh
gonna tell you
wow.
if it says like anything related to you, maybe.
And so it was one of those kind of things that it said I was going to marry a Mari. We all looked at each other. Nobody knew a person of that name.
That's
And
a very unique name.
and my brother Roland, it was later on when I mentioned who I was with. He goes, "Wait a minute, Rob, do you remember the Ouija board from way back when?" We're talking about a good almost 15 years after it happened. He goes, "It said you were going to meet a Mahdi." And he go, and then we find out, yeah, your little thing is a little active. Yeah, it wants to visit again with me, and I have never touched the Ouija board since that time. And the thing was that we found out. See, my wife's adopted. Her adopted name was Maricela, but her name is
Oh,
Mariela. Her adopted family changed their name to Mariela. So it did not know. The spirit didn't know what the ender was going to be, but it only knew that it was
wow.
Mari. Yeah,
Huh.
crazy. So you were saying
Do you,
something
do
that
you
some
know anybody named Abby?
happy.
You hear that? That's a temperature change in the room.
Oh wow.
And motion. You don't know anybody named Abby or Zoe?
Zoe's my daughter. Zoe used to see. Oh shit. See, we have an episode that we're going to do
Wow.
as this Halloween episode happens. We were talking to her, and on the same subject matter, my brother goes, Roland goes, "Hey, did you know the Ouija board predicted who your mom and dad were gonna, or who your dad was gonna marry?" And my daughter goes, "No, I didn't know that." And he goes, "Did it?" And then you hear this voice in the back go, "Yes." And we're gonna
Ah,
play that on
I'm
this
really
episode
scared.
later on the
Okay.
Halloween episode. It's gonna be part of the episode, but we actually play that. And
I can't believe the machine said Zoe.
yeah, that's my daughter. That's the one we've had. She
And
sees
then it
things.
said intent after that.
She saw a dog that had passed away. She has a big connection with animals. Well, she was with her
Okay.
boyfriend. First time they were like kind of like hanging out. And then my daughter looked down the hallway and she goes, huh, she laughed. And he's like, why? What happened? Oh, nothing. I just saw a dog in the hallway. He goes, I don't have a dog. And he's like, can you explain what the dog looked like? And she described the dog and he showed a picture and he goes, did it look like this? He goes, this dog passed away a year ago to the day. Yeah, she saw the dog.
The machine said, think maybe that you're talking about your daughter right now, I'm assuming, and then it says safe. So I guess,
Yeah.
and then it said, like what I just said. So, just know that your daughter is safe and that there's probably like angels or spirits like protecting her.
My
So,
mom. My mom.
yes, your
My
mom.
mom is watching over us.
Now, you got
You
to be careful because if any during investigation, this is like what Sam, because remember, she's the skeptic.
right.
Whatever Sam, okay, hold on, let me rewind a minute. Sam says, if you're out there and you hear like your mom's name or something,
Be
it's not
careful.
her.
Right.
It's not, it could be like something what I feel sometimes when the spirits like are coming through, maybe it's just giving me like a sign so that way I know
Mm-hmm.
that they're real. So like, hey, this is a sign. It just says family. This is like a sign, so you know, like I'm real and things like that. Maybe like I know your mom and I'm just like telling you like, hey,
Right.
she's happy or whatever. But I feel like our relatives will never do anything to scare us. Do you know a Joshua? No? Okay.
Yeah, no, I know a couple of them. Um, it just,
Um,
yeah,
Okay, so also I wanted to oh gosh, where are they? Oh, so Jesse. Um numerous of times I've had mediums, I guess you could say. I have a lot of like occult people visit my shop.
Hmm.
So witches and whoever. So a lot of witches and mediums are always telling me there's an elderly lady like following you around the store. Somebody very close to you that, that is just watching you, trying to take care of you. So I always think it's my grandma
Yeah.
and or our grandma.
Yeah.
And all the time, all the time, the machines when I'm around, it always says Amelia. And I'm like, oh my God, it's my grandma, it's my grandma.
Wow. But
Okay,
but you have to be
but
careful of that.
well, no, I was gonna say, but it always says at the same time, Layla.
Oh, yeah.
Amelia and Layla. Amelia and Layla. So Layla is Jesse's cat that passed
Yes.
away.
Hmm.
And so I'm like, oh,
Well, I
but
mean, yeah, it's very coincidental. I mean, well, I mean, maybe it isn't as coincidental as we think.
yeah,
Now you said something. I'm going to go back just a little bit. You said the footsteps. Was there a figure when you were having that incident?
I
Uh,
saw a figure twice in my
was
room.
it a shadow figure or what? What kind of figure was it?
One was kind of like white and I could make out the face and it was wearing a dress and I was just like frozen because I was
Oh
like
wow!
vacuuming and I looked like you could see like in the mirror and you turn around and it was like literally there and
Holy
not like oh my
smokes!
God like like something's in the mirror but it's not. No, I like froze and I ran outside and I literally just like cried on the sidewalk because that was like the first time I literally saw something. I was by myself at the house. Everybody was like out of town. They're probably in Corpus.
Right, right, right.
So and then another time it was like in the bathroom area. The bathroom was like connected to my room. It was like my own personal one and there was a shadow like then. But I felt one time as though there was like a spirit like on top of me, like putting on hello. I get really scared and I'm like really close to this thing. I felt like there was like a spirit, like maybe like or something was on top of me, like putting a lot of pressure, like Yeti, dude. It just said Yeti, and I'm drinking like my Yeti. Okay, yes, hello, you want a drink? um, yeah, so I felt like real like a lot of pressure, and I like stood up and I like or
Yeah.
woke up and I couldn't like get up, and I was like, oh my God, and I started and I started crying and then one of my aunts on my dad's side, she had recently passed away. I'd never met this lady, but I swear you not, she started like going like this, like on my cheek,
Oh
like putting her
wow!
hand on my cheek to like calm me down. And then that whatever it was, like went away. So I don't know if she scared it or what, but something's in that room, and I'm glad I'm not there anymore. Uh,
Wow!
but I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
So, do you want to hear about
yeah,
Sarah?
yeah. Let's get into that because what we'll do at a later date, we're going to talk about our family, not this episode, but we're going to revisit Candy and we're going to talk about our family because we have all experienced something. My brother, where he lives in Gregory, or when he
Mm-hmm.
lived in Gregory, he would actually see shit just walking all around the house. He would wake up in the middle of the night. His wife would say, "There's somebody on our bed," and my brother Richard would look up and he's like, "It'll go away," and then he would go back to sleep. But this was like common
He's
at
like,
his
just it'll go
yeah,
after a minute.
and he was like, "What are we gonna do? It's a it's like a ghost. I can't shoo it away." And it was like the movie, you know what I mean, where they're just kind of whatever. So, but
Yeah, yeah, we should definitely
yeah,
touch
oh
base with
yeah,
that again.
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not like something I go like, well, our aunt one time, like she came over and my mom's like, tell her what you told me about like the ghost that I see when I was frozen or whatever.
yeah,
And she believed everything I said and she closed my eyes and she prayed over me and I saw like this bright white light like from the
yeah,
prayer and I'm like, that's weird. She says your guardian angel is watching you and it made me feel better and I was like, oh
yeah,
good,
yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah, the thing is that we have a
it said
native.
Zoe again.
It's
Look,
gonna it's gonna
I don't
yeah.
know if you can see that. It says Zoe and then tell. And Zoe
It,
wants to tell you something, or I don't know.
yeah, I wouldn't.
Wow, that's like
Yeah,
two times. That's two times. Screenshot that and
yeah.
send it to you.
The thing is that it's interesting when it gets into situations of that nature. I've been prayed over, and it wasn't a good experience for me.
Oh
Uh,
God.
Yeah, it wasn't a good experience. I ended up having night terrors all night long
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah. And then there was another time my mom, they brought back like some rosaries and stuff like that from San Juan. You know, everybody likes to get the blessed things. And I just looked at it, I was like, Mom, I can't wear this. And she's like, why? Why not? And I'm like, Mom,
Wait,
what's going on? Holy smokes.
no, it's like a noise behind me, and I got scared, and it said bear, and so there's a little bear over here.
You know what?
Hello? Go ahead.
You know what it looks like on my end? The doll looks like it's shimmering.
Sarah?
Yeah,
Oh,
around
I'm
her
gonna put this
face,
like,
it looks like
I'll put- this is a motion ball, so if it goes off, we'll see.
okay. Yeah, no, it wasn't doing colors like that. It just seemed like, you know, when like something kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it looked like it
Well,
was
no, I
like
mean, like, I don't think it
doing,
was that because that wasn't on, but
yeah, I know, that's what
it's
I mean. It
like
wasn't
glowing.
well, like you know, when it's like something like kind of like goes side to side a little bit. It was looking like that on
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
side.
wait, wait. I just heard something like a shift. Hello? Oh my God, oh my God. I will run away. Like, I will run out of here. Hello? Dipstick, are you here? Okay.
Do some of the entities or spirits in you said there were like approximately maybe six. Do they have identities? Do they have names? Do they have
Oh,
they
yeah.
identified themselves? Okay, okay.
Oh, it just says tense. And it said hole. I just put the ball in her little hole.
I told you there's something weird going
Okay.
on. Okay, let's
Um,
get into this because she
I gotta
has,
tell you about
yes,
Sarah.
she has Sarah, and go ahead and introduce Sarah
Okay.
and what it is that we have here.
I didn't know. It was all an accident. I swear, you guys, I had no idea. So remember the oddities dealer or what? Yes. You want me to tell the story? Okay, it's BP. The oddities dealer. I went to go pick up this coffin. I just wanted something cool for the store. She's in this really long, it's like a child coffin, but it's from like the 1920s. So it's really long and black and it has a hole where the head goes. So there's actually a piece of wood that lays on top of the hole. And a long time ago, when you would go to the funeral, you would like turn the piece of wood to look inside
Mhm.
to pay your respects and then close the hole afterwards. But this particular item, you know, where stickers and stars want movie stuff, it's from the Lonesome Dove TV show from the 80s. So it's an actual like
Prop.
yeah, I'm sorry. I was like, thought I heard something. It's an actual movie prop. So this doll was inside. This coffin is sealed shut. There's no opening it. I tried pulling her head out of the hole. She is in there. So they're like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, just put her in the car. We gotta go because it's like 5 hours away.
Yeah.
And you know, we just go and come back the same day. So on the way home, as soon as we left, we hear knock, 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 knock. And like I turn and tell my wife, I'm like, oh my God, honey, this thing is knocking. And then she was like in some kind of trance. She turns and looks at me and is like, this name is Sarah. I was like, oh, are you talking like that? Oh my God, like what's going on? And this thing is knocking. And my wife like kind of like snapped out. She's like, I don't know, just told me his name is Sarah. I'm like, oh brother, we are taking this thing right to the store. It's not going to the house, nowhere. I put it in the store. The very next day, I come to work. It's paranormal activity in the store. I have it all on video. You guys, when you come visit Sarah, you get to watch this little mini documentary with all the evidence. Stuff is moving. I can feel it said, do not. Oh, do not what? Oh, oh, I'm sorry. I'm telling you, I'm very big chicken. Stuff is going on all around me. I'm by myself. I call Sam, my wife, and I'm like, please stay on the phone with me. Something is here in the store. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it all around me. So she jumps on the cameras and you know, I'm already turning off the lights. So
Yeah.
she sees the night vision and the cameras all over the store. Oh shit, oh my God, oh shit, oh shit. I'm like, oh, what? And then like I'm coming around like the counter to leave and I'm like, I'm sorry, bye. And you see this orb literally like it came across the cash wrap where I turned off the light and then followed me all the way like out the door. And I
Wow.
was like, I'm sorry. So Sarah became like uber famous right away. She was out here in the store
Hmm,
area
hmm.
where everybody could visit. And so she has a gift, which is dipstick. Hello. Yes. Dipstick, you're the star now. So this is Dipstick, made by Twisted Tugs. He's about a 35, 40-inch ventriloquist doll. As you can see, he's got blue pajamas and freaky red hair, and his face is carved very cool. So yeah, he we didn't know. So we put him next to her. That says famous. Yes, Dipstick, you were very famous.
Yeah.
Um,
He looks
so
very much like Bozo. It's like he's very
a
like
little bit.
the costume, the hair,
Well,
and all that kind of stuff.
not.
Not
Can you see this one? Not
Yeah, I
that
see.
one.
No, I'm looking at the one
Okay,
right
yeah, the
behind
back
you.
one.
Has
Okay.
remnants of what Bozo used to look like.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It says thin. He's thin. He's
Yeah.
not like Bozo. He's thin.
Okay.
So Dipstick, we have it all on camera, flew off of the chair over here,
Jeez.
flying over there. We have orbs coming out of both of their faces, like at night. So it's like insane. So I put him in this case here. So my niece Chloe, her grandpa made this case, not for Dipstick, just made it. And we just have it here at the store. So I put him in it, but forevermore now, Chloe has a huge connection with the spirits because I say her name nonstop.
Oh wow.
Um, so he came out. So I was like, okay, let me leave this closed, and I put Velcro. So you can see here, there's like Velcro. And then I came back to work, and he's still like coming out. So then I zip tied it. So he was not coming out. And you see his forehead is just like pressed against like the glass. So
Wow.
he was still out there in the open, and people come and visit him and give him presents and give Sarah presents and offerings. But now I have him back here in the private room, so I just leave it open. He hasn't come out. I will bring this one closer for you guys to see. So this was one of the more recent Twisted Tug dolls.
Oh wow.
This is one of the first ones that I don't know if he made or not made, but that the mouth still is capable of moving. So I'm going to show you here. Hi, how are you?
Wow.
My name is
That's
Snap.
that. It's amazing. The what? Wow.
Like the art that he does to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is Snappy. He's probably about 24 inches tall. This one kind of looks a little bit more like Bozo to me. But so he's active, and he'll make little machines go off around him, but he's already sold. But I can show you here that it does say the Haunted Museum in Las Vegas for Zach Bagans. So you can
Wow.
see he does have a little
So
tag, and then that's
so
the brand.
he's currently with you, but he is a sold item. No-
Yeah, so
Okay.
he's on layaway.
Oh, okay. Oh no,
We
that's fine.
we have
That's fine.
layaway
So
available.
dipstick is a figure that is available, or is that
Uh,
something you're holding on to?
he does have a price tag. I always promise everybody everything I have in the store is for sale. I hate going into really cool stores. I'm like, oh, how much is that? That's mine. It's just for display. Girl, take that home. Everybody wants it.
Yeah.
So everything is for sale. He is $20,000.
Wow. And
So
Sarah. So is there, because I remember you said there's something about Sarah that you maybe not, but if the price is right, obviously somebody could acquire Sarah or no.
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, there was a paranormal team that came in by accident. They ran across the store. He should have bought her that day because she was only 1,600. But now,
Oh
no,
yeah, with all the examples and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, they're
that's
famous.
some that's some machines going off.
Wow.
So people are allowed to do the daily ghost hunts
Hmm.
here if when I'm open for business. It's about a 20-minute ghost tour. It's $5. If you want something more private, which I recommend because the store there is customers in here, there's always loud music and stuff, so it does get pretty crazy. And it's at night from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. So it'll be a private tour. So you can schedule that if you want to do that. And then sometimes we have ghost hunters will come, and they'll pretty much spend the night in the store. So you guys need to reach out to me if you wanted to do that. I will just be honest with you guys. 100% of the time you are going to get evidence. We're here on the podcast right now, and we've got a lot of evidence right behind me with the REM pod, and obviously with my little spirit box machine is saying names for you guys. But other than that, we do have a team called, a person who's a ghost hunter with Finding the Paranormal. So look for them, FTP, Finding the Paranormal. So he'll put a lot of footage. He was just here a couple days ago, and he allows customers to come and investigate with him. So that's awesome because he has a lot of equipment. So we just did that, and then he's actually coming back again on the 16th, and it's already sold out within like 10 seconds.
Wow.
So
these are spots. People can acquire spots or whatever the case to join if they want, I guess, or something of that nature. Those tour spots.
Yes. And I would say, like they want to come because it's so active, and you want to talk to a ghost or do a ghost hunt for the first time or see what happens. Even the little 20-minute tour, you will get evidence. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's very special to me. I feel like she was a gift, to us. The universe brought Sarah to us. I mean, the news has been here. They did a news story about us. We've been, on all kinds of newspapers and stuff. But
well, let me ask you this: you said that it was a movie prop. Have you seen the prop in the movie, or have you even seen the movie that the prop was in?
No, it's a TV show. The Lonesome Dove TV show. It has what's the guy from Men in Black? Not Will Smith, but the other one.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yes, so he's in that TV show. Some people recognize it right away, the TV show, but
right. So there you go. Try watching the show and see if you can spot the coffin and maybe the doll. That would be kind of cool. That would be a good
think about it. The doll was in the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of curious about, and I'm wondering if people on the set actually experience things.
Yeah, I mean, I did reach out to the guy, and I have that on the recording on the documentary, and I'm like, hey, where did this doll come from? What happened? Like, what's going on? And he said he has like so much things that he doesn't even know that she's haunted. He doesn't know anything. He has these oddities, and that's it.
Wow. Do you do anything like a cleansing process or something to kind of, because I don't know, it's a little bit different. People that curanderos and stuff like that, they do a cleansing process so they don't bring home certain things that they get exposed to and stuff like that. I don't know if you have a routine or something like that, because obviously you're experiencing some kind of draining energy decrease and stuff like that. I don't know, or it's just part of being around stuff of this nature.
Yeah, it's a very good question that you're asking. So I'll give you a couple of examples. Well, I do sage myself in the store if I feel that there has been maybe a person with negative energy. I'm very much about the universe. So, like if somebody came in, I felt like, I will, cleanse the store and everything. I've had cleanse the room that I'm in right now where the ghosts are hanging out their bedroom. If there was like a session that I maybe felt that the people because like things will come out like secrets and words and stuff you didn't want to be like known, it will come out on like some of the ghost equipment. So I'm a part of it. Like I'm here and I see things, so I'll do like a little cleanse here or there. But we have offerings. Remember, I was telling you? I mean, he's got like thousands of dollars and toys and marbles and special rocks. People leave her letters and dipstick too. He has alcohol. Well, the alcohol is like meant to like activate the spirit, I guess.
Yeah.
But they have like Valentine presents. I mean, like enormous amount of stuff. So one time there was a ghost hunting team here. Actually, was Finding the Paranormal was here. And we put a podium really high here for Sarah, and we gave her a cookie. So they have what's called an SLS camera. So what that does is it maps out kind of like a stick figure, and it can see, like, it'll map me out or next to me if there is an entity that I cannot see. So it, of course, maps out Sarah, and Sarah turned to her side, to the right, had her hand. Yes, Jenny gave you the cookie. It says Jenny.
Oh, wow.
Jenny gave her the cookie. And Sarah, with her hand, picked up the cookie and was putting it towards the mouth. Now, this happened for about 15-ish minutes. And so what I tell customers is that if you want to give an offering for the spirits, wait till the end, because I've seen it with my eyes where you give the spirit a offering and that's your chance to like zip out of here if you don't want them to go with you or whatever you believe. You feel you believe is out there.
Keep them occupied. It'll keep them there, distracted.
Yes.
Exactly. Wow.
But nobody's ever gone home with me. Nobody goes in the car with me. That one orb that followed me out the door came right back in. So I think they like living here at Stickers and Stars.
Do you know the history of your building? What was it before?
It was like from the 70s that they built it. It's just like a piece of land. But the people who were in the store or in my spot before, they're 2 doors down. They said never that they ever felt
never
anything.
experienced anything. So then it's you then. No, I'm just kidding.
And I never felt anything till she got here either. Wow. Like maybe there's like nothing.
What I've always thought about that is it's a conduit, kind of
Look
like
what it just said. Can you read it? Oh shit! No, sorry, it said Paul.
Oh, wow.
My brother.
Well, but see, that's what I'm saying. Something's a conduit where it draws things, and there've been dark surroundings around Paul, and just some things just follow people, and it's unfortunate that way. And then they relax. If you get immersed in stuff like that, that's why some people are like, well, I don't mess with certain things and all that, because then it attracts negativity, or it can be a certain way. And it is just, it's, the word my brother loves to use is you're susceptible to dark things or possible possession or something of that nature. And we get taken over every once in a while and stuff like that. And
if you allow yourself.
Yes. If you're not, and if you're not strong
grounded,
enough.
Ground yourself, be strong. I mean, customers will come in and I'll have my candles burning with like my magic in it or, whatever I've been going through, to kind of cleanse too. But you have to be like grounded. You have to be confident. So don't be coming in here trying to ghost hunt and you're very vulnerable or something crazy is going on with you because you don't know what you're going to invite to come out.
Yeah, I mean, just within this hour, and I know, it's about that time, but within this hour in this little portion, there's been so much activity. If you are a ghost hunter, and you love the haunt, and I know that there's some places, guys, that you book and you're there for like a whole weekend, hours, a whole weekend or whatever, and then you kind of, hey, well, I think I heard something. No, if you want some activity and stuff like that, this is the place. Obviously, we're going to include some links and stuff like that on the episode description. And that way you can reach out to Candy and you can plan your next haunt, or you know what, visit. And if you're looking for something that's unique, let me ask you this. Do you sell some of these tools for investigations? Can you get people some of this equipment?
I'm trying to bring some out right now. There's a company I like called Ghost Stop. And I mean, at least like a spirit box or something that I can, get off them to sell here. But sometimes it could be as simple as a flashlight. So flashlights, you put the batteries and you like unscrew the edge as much as possible. And then you just like have it there and the spirit, can touch it and turn it on or off to answer. We do have these are just tall candles, like you got like at Christmas time. And in order to turn them on, they're battery operated, so I twist them, but the spirits, they turn them on and off. Oh, just like that. So, and I could turn it back on. I'm not even touching it.
Wow.
Look, just like here, like they're not
I
that
saw
easy to
you. I
turn on
saw
and
what you
off.
did. I saw what you did, and it turned
Yeah,
off, and then it
it
turned
did
on.
it for you. Cool. Okay,
Wow.
so yeah, something simple as that. I have real candles, so I've lit real candles, and I'm like, hey, if the answer is yes, or if you like pizza, can you like make the candle like dance, and the flame will go. So I mean, just start watching, YouTube, or I know some people like some ghost hunting teams, some people don't. Just take your phone and record, and then ask some questions, and then listen in your headphones, like put it super duper loud, see if you hear any voices come back. So you don't necessarily have to have fancy stuff. Just figure out some ways that the spirits like would like to talk to you, like show, and you have to show them, be like, hey, this is how the REM pod works. You touch the antenna, and then that's how you can talk to me today. So if you're here, give me a sign, so you have to instruct them like what you like or what you want them to do.
Wow. That is amazing, Candy. I got more than I bargained for. And just all this stuff that I
Yay.
saw right behind you was like right on cue. And it's just totally amazing. Uh, I want to thank you again for allowing us to visit your store and give us the whole rundown of everything that we have here. This is just truly amazing. You guys, you got to visit this shop. You got to book your appointment. You got to come to Texas. If you're not in Texas, you got to come to Texas, and the place you got to go is right here.